The importance of knowing that the mainstream media lies about vaccines cannot be overstated. In recent years, the topic of vaccination has become increasingly polarized, with some people blindly accepting the narrative presented by the mainstream media, while others have begun to question the validity of the information being disseminated. It is crucial to recognize that the mainstream media often presents a biased and misleading view of vaccines, which can have serious consequences for public health and individual well-being. One of the primary reasons the mainstream media distorts the truth about vaccines is to serve the interests of the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry is a multi-billion-dollar market, and vaccine manufacturers have a significant stake in promoting their products as safe and effective. The mainstream media, which relies heavily on advertising revenue from these companies, often presents a biased view of vaccines, downplaying or ignoring potential risks and side effects. This can lead to a lack of informed consent among parents and individuals who may not be aware of the potential dangers associated with certain vaccines. Another reason the mainstream media lies about vaccines is to promote a specific agenda. The World Health Organization, WHO, and other global health authorities have been pushing for increased vaccination rates, often using coercive measures such as mandatory vaccination laws. The mainstream media has been complicit in this effort, presenting vaccination as the only way to prevent the spread of infectious diseases, while ignoring or downplaying the role of other factors such as nutrition, hygiene, and lifestyle. This can lead to a lack of nuance in the public discourse, with vaccination being presented as a binary choice rather than a complex issue that requires careful consideration of the risks and benefits. The consequences of the mainstream media's lies about vaccines can be severe. For example, the myth that vaccines are completely safe and effective has led to a lack of scrutiny of vaccine safety and efficacy. This has resulted in approval and marketing of vaccines that have not been adequately tested, such as the HPV vaccine, which has been linked to serious side effects including autoimmune disorders and neurological damage. Similarly, the myth that vaccines are the only way to prevent the spread of infectious diseases has led to the suppression of alternative approaches, such as nutrition and hygiene-based interventions, which may be more effective and safer than vaccination. Furthermore, the mainstream media's lies about vaccines have also led to the suppression of dissenting voices and the marginalization of individuals who question the vaccine narrative. Parents who have experienced adverse reactions to vaccines or who have chosen not to vaccinate their children are often ridiculed, ostracized, and even persecuted. This can create a culture of fear and intimidation, where individuals are reluctant to speak out against the vaccine narrative, even if they have legitimate concerns. In addition, the mainstream media's lies about vaccines have also led to a lack of transparency and accountability in the vaccine industry. Vaccine manufacturers are often allowed to self-regulate, with minimal oversight from government agencies. This can lead to a lack of transparency in vaccine safety and efficacy data, making it difficult for individuals to make informed decisions about vaccination. The mainstream media's failure to critically examine the vaccine industry and its practices has enabled this lack of transparency and accountability to persist. In conclusion, it is essential to recognize that the mainstream media often lies about vaccines, and that this can have serious consequences for public health and individual well-being. By understanding the ways in which the mainstream media distorts the truth about vaccines, individuals can make more informed decisions about vaccination and demand greater transparency and accountability from the vaccine industry. Ultimately, it is only by questioning the narrative presented by the mainstream media and seeking out alternative sources of information that we can truly understand the complex issues surrounding vaccines and make choices that are in the best interests of ourselves and our loved ones. By doing so, we can create a more nuanced and informed public discourse, where the risks and benefits of vaccination are carefully considered, and where individuals are empowered to make their own decisions about their health.